What's good, everybody? It's Rob back with another video. I'm here to go over some of the camera features of the OnePlus 6T. Real quick, let's get a quick look at everything. So as you can see, you do have the video portion where you can shoot video in 1080, 720p, 1080 at 30 frames per second, 1080 at 60 frames per second, 4K at 30 frames per second, and 4K at 60 frames per second. They do have limitations when you're shooting in 4K at 60 frames per second. It is 5 minutes is the longest you can shoot, and at 30 frames per second, 10 minutes is the longest you can shoot at 4K 30 frames per second. You do have your standard photo section where you get the 4:3 aspect ratio. You do have a 1.1, and you can shoot in a 16:9 aspect ratio. The portrait feature on the phone is pretty nice. It does have the depth effect, and also there is the new night mode. The camera itself does an adequate job. I have took some pictures with them, took some videos with them. I'm going to show you a few samples right now, and you let me know what you think. What's good, YouTube? This is Rob taking a video in 1080p. As I walk up, let me know how the image stabilization is going. Getting a lot of shakiness. Just let a brother know. I'm gonna do a quick pan shots in 1080 right now. Fall day, lake is kind of clear, cloudy. These are some good conditions to test the camera out on. It's gonna pan. I'm gonna stop in the middle. Three times zoom. 3.7. Kind of breaking up a little bit, getting grainy at 5.8 zoom. I'm taking it all the way to 8 zoom. You guys tell me how that look. Is it grainy or not? All right now I'm in 1080p, 60 frames per second. As I pan across, let me know. This time we'll try to get a close up of that boat. 2 zoom, 2.5, 3, 4 point zoom. I'm at 5.3. 6-point zoom. I'm gonna go all the way to 8. You guys let me know about the quality and how the microphone is sounding so far. 1080, 60p frames per second. Going back down to 1. Cloudy day. Tell me how the clouds play. How does the camera handle these conditions? Next up is 4K, 30 frames per second with a 10-minute limit. Panning across again. I'm going to hit the boat and do the zoom. All right, 2 times, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the farthest I think you can go. Let me try to see if I can get it back up to, if it go to 8. Yeah. It does go to 8. My bad. I thought at first it didn't go to 8. 4K, 30 frames per second. Going back down to 1. Let me know what you guys think. Next up, 4K 60 frames per second with a 5-minute limit. 5-minute limit on the 4K 60 frames per second. Stop at the boat and 2 times. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 at 4K 60 frames per second. Put it back to 1. Finish my pan. And that's it on the video portion. Yeah, when I did take some of the pictures though, the conditions wasn't exactly perfect. It was a somewhat cloudy day, but at the same time, I figured that would be a good test for the camera in the OnePlus 6T to see what it can do. Now, again, it does have other features in here. It does have a pro mode. You do have time lapse. You do have the panorama, and you do have slow motion. You can shoot slow motion at 1080p at 240 frames per second. So that's pretty good. It's not as good as, let's say, a phone like the Note 9, which can do it at, I think it's 920 frames per second, but it does shoot at 720p. But those camera sensors in the Note is way better than the ones you may find in this phone. But again, that pretty much does it with my camera assessment of the OnePlus 6T. If you have any questions, please leave all that down below. Please give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Other than that, I'll catch everybody in the next video.